What's going on, everybody? Tim here, back at Vet Steps. So glad that you're able to join and watch today. So this is the second CVM review, College of Veterinary Medicine review, and today we got Tuskegee University's College of Veterinary Medicine. Not a very talked about vet school, so let's get into it. I learned a lot of stuff myself, and just a kind of disclaimer from the beginning. I did not apply to this vet school, but I did my due diligence into researching everything for it. And most of this information is on their website, and some of it is from other websites like VEMCAS and also from some veterinary medical associations in America. So uh, just want to say before the video starts, please like, subscribe, comment, share. I want to ask as many questions for you guys to respond to, and I would love you guys to have questions for me to respond to uh, about veterinary medicine. I want to propose some questions out there for you guys to think about, and I would love to answer yours about the process, about veterinary school, about if it's worth it. Any questions about the actual process or anything about the field, anything I know about it in my 4.5 year veterinary career and my experience with the applications, I will provide it for you. All right, so here we go. So some general information. Uh, Tuskegee University is located right around Auburn, right on the map. It's kind of mid-eastern Alabama. So accreditation has accreditation. Class sizes 65 to 70 students, so very small class size, very small from what I was seeing online. So that's unusual. I haven't seen a lot of like 65 to 70 student uh, numbered classes, but yeah, they have a small one. So how long is the program? 4 years, like a lot of other vet school programs. All right, so science prerequisites. So biology, advanced biology classes. So 9 credits, which is interesting. I'm guessing that means that it's a lecture in a lab. That'd be 8. So maybe it's talking about maybe just an additional bio class just to get that extra credit in. Biochemistry with a lab. So we talked about this before in our last video with Auburn. Usually biochem, we don't see that we need a lab, but for Tuskegee, we do. Organic chemistry with a lab, physics 1 and physics 2 with labs. Again, it's interesting. We didn't need physics 2 for Auburn. Science electives, anatomy, genetics, microbiology, physiology, and these are some of the science prereqs. And then animal science, animal nutrition, introduction to animal science. So some kind of similarities and differences from other vet schools. And this is the one thing that I want to kind of just reinforce here that I'm saying is if you apply to 5 vet schools per se, right? Disclaimer, I applied to 10. I went a little overboard. I applied to 10 vet schools. But if you apply to 5 or 10, uh, if you have a school that requires one class and another school that doesn't, that's important to consider, right? Because you might have 4 schools that don't have a certain class that they have that you need, and then you have one school that does. So, for example, off the top of my head, uh, North Carolina State, like Tuskegee here, they require animal nutrition as a prerequisite. Um, None of my other schools needed animal nutrition as a prerequisite. Maybe Georgia, but that was it. Um, Virginia Tech uh, needed a medical terminology prereq. Tuskegee here doesn't, right? So, and my other schools, no, none of the other 9 schools that I applied needed a medical terminology uh, prereq, to my knowledge. So make sure that you're looking at all of the prereqs for all of the schools. And again, you don't need to take them necessarily before you do your application, but they need to be done pretty much right after the application is done. And we'll get into that as well, because some schools don't let you finish some prereqs in the fall of your senior year, in the spring of your senior year, sorry. All right, so non-science prereqs: English or written composition, humanities/social science, liberal arts, mathematics. These are all 6 credits each, pretty standard. All right, so here are the AAVMC analytics. Um, that bar up top is just a nice shaded color, just to see how many states are represented here. So Georgia is 10 students. Interesting enough, Alabama, 6 students. So only 6 in-state students here. Georgia has the most, which is interesting, and then it's kind of a pretty spread out from there. All right, so here's some more analytics. Class 69, in between that 65 to 70 range. Total applicants 312, so a lot less. Again, this is a vet school that I didn't really hear about for a while until I really did my research. I knew about it, but I wasn't really planning to apply. I didn't apply to Auburn or Alabama and any of these kind of Gulf states other than Florida and Texas. So on the kind of the opposite ends of the Gulf. But didn't apply to these, so I didn't really know that much information. But only 69 class in the class size and 312 in the total applicants. 54 resident applicants, so not a lot at all. Non-resident applicants 258. Again, not that many. Institutional applicant to seat ratio 4.5. So four people per seat. So not too many. Grade point average 3.2 or 3.1. So this is a perfect example of a school that doesn't get a lot of applicants, and it's interesting. And the GPA right there is pretty low compared to other vet schools. We just did Auburn, and they had a 3.7 GPA, so this is a little lower. And this is a school, I talked about it in the Auburn video. If you don't have a good GPA, this is a school that might favor more hours in the hospital, shadowing or volunteering or working, and more animal experience or more extracurriculars, or doing volunteer hours in a church or Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or something like that. And maybe that's what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for how many classes you've taken in a semester. Vet school, I know I'm going to be taking 19 credits in this upcoming semester for my first semester in vet school, and I was able to take the most amount of credits I took in undergrad was 20 a semester, and I took one 19 credit semester as well. So they look at that too, because they want to see if you can handle the workload, especially in very high rigorous science classes. GRE scores, they do require the GRE. So I think this might be one of the turnoffs for Tuskegee. But again, like, there's only 312 applicants. So if you want to take the GRE and you want to do that, and you want to spend the money, and you want to have uh, the the responsibility of taking that exam and studying for it, this is a school that looks for it. So all the percentile scores are right there, kind of under the GRE. I didn't take the GRE. None of my schools required it. All 10 vet schools didn't require it, and not a lot of them do. But this might change with Tuskegee. So this is one little piece of data that might be not recent. So again, just, I always say, I'm going to be talking about it in these videos. Go and call these schools. Uh, you call them, not your parents. You call them. Whoever is interested in the doing the program, call them and see what they want. If you have any questions for them, let them know. So yeah, and they don't bite. So I called vet schools in high school, called them in undergrad, I called them in, but during my application, uh, I'm calling them right now, asking some questions, even about like what's the next step. And I'm going in the fall, so don't be afraid to reach out. Again, you're going to get your best answers from the school. All right, so tuition and fees. Uh, Veterinary medicine full time is it's a little interesting. It's a 41,000, and they break it down a little bit too, with some of the other fees and insurance and stuff like that. So, but 21,000, 20,000 a semester. Ooh. Okay, so interesting part right there. So I wanted to make sure I hit that. Health insurance is mandatory, no waivers for all students. As a condition of the registration, it will be a charge each semester. So they want you to have their own insurance. For me, I waived my school's insurance. For clinical students, they give you insurance, and then you have to waive it on your own. Um, so Tuskegee just gives it to you, and they don't waive it. So that's another thing considering. So you're gonna have to pay if you already have insurance. You're gonna have to pay for it more because um, they're gonna charge you, and it's mandatory. So you might be paying your insurance on top of insurance. If you don't have insurance, works out for you. But that's something that you might want to keep in mind. And health insurance is right there. It's $800 a semester, so it's $1,600 a year. All right, so specific information. GRE, yes. Interview, yes. The final step in the Tuskegee University CVM admissions process is a 45 to 50-minute interview conducted between October and November. Not an MMI, regular interview. Interview invite, I looked on the Student Doctor Network for this past cycle. September to January was the interview invite, so very sporadic. And the acceptance offer / call was December through March. So pretty big ranges. Not a lot of the schools that I'm covering, the ones that I've looked at so far, which is about like 10 of them, and also some of the ones that I've already applied to. They didn't have this big span of time, or not this drastic of time. When looking on Student Doctor Network, it was usually like you got the interview invite like these 2 months next to each other, and then like you got the call like in this time. This is pretty sporadic. Um, yeah, so I know my Lincoln Memorial. I got into Lincoln Memorial. I got off the wait list in the end of May, early June, and I found out I think in January that I got on the wait list, and then I had my interview in August. So yeah, I had my interview in August last year. So it's almost been a year since my um yeah, in like 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah, it'll be like a year since my LMU interview, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, so this is why I'm providing all this information, because sometimes you get antsy kind of looking at your email. It kind of gets a little, you know, annoying. But yeah, so this is the only one I think has these drastic ranges. So if I find out more information, I'll throw it out a short on the channel to address if I can find any more specifics on when they invite for interviews and then give an acceptance offer or a call. All right, so some specific information. Veterinary hours, completion of a combined minimum of 240 hours, 6 weeks in any of the following fields: vet med, vet practice, health sciences, biomedical research, or non-veterinary animal experience. Personal pet experience are generally not included in the 240-hour 6-week minimum. Students with additional hours of experience and a diversity of experiences will present stronger cases for admission. Great points here, and I think I'm pretty sure I just copied and pasted this from their website. Again, giving all of the credit to their website, to Tuskegee University's College of Veterinary Medicine website. I love it. This is great. Um, 2 points to this that I want to add. First off, personal pet experience is not veterinary experience. It's not animal experience. Veterinary experience has to be under the doctor. Animal experience has to be you handling animals. So that's like haltering horses or mucking out their stalls and leading them into paddocks and like working with them, like working with dogs. If you want to be a dog walk, like you're walking dogs, like you're helping at a grooming facility, or you're at a shelter, like you're working with them, or you're a veterinary assistant, like I am currently and have been for a while now, right? Like those, or a kennel assistant, like those are animal experience, not personal pet experience. The only thing I'll caveat to that is if you work on a farm and you worked on a farm for your whole life, that might be a little different. Um, and you might want to put that in there, especially if there's no vet clinics around and your vet is coming to your farm, or you're going out to different farms, and your vet is at your farm, right, and works at your farm to do cases and stuff like that, and sees your family's clients. Totally fine. But again, like dogs, cats, goldfish, uh, not personal like pet experiences. Just don't include it. Like you can say like, do you have a yellow lab and stuff like that, and you love animals, but like don't just say that, because veterinary medicine is not just about petting animals and playing with them and playing fetch. It's just not. There's a part of it, and there it is, but it's also not. Uh, and one other thing is diversity and experience. So I live on Long Island, and I want to do equine and farm animal surgery. Uh, Also, internal medicine and theoryology. Um, which is reproduction medicine. So for me, I don't have access to cows that readily on Long Island to work with them, or goats and sheep and pigs and stuff like that, and or chickens. So I worked a lot with horses. I got the opportunity to work a lot with horses and dogs, cats. So those are my main like dogs, cats, horses. I really worked a lot on with. So I've been working at an animal hospital for 4.5 years. I shadowed many equine vets on the island. I worked with horses for 4 years. I shadowed at a referral hospital, and so I have had a lot of experience with different kind of parts of veterinary medicine, not just species, right? So like I worked at a general practice for 4.5 years. I was a kennel assistant. Now I'm a veterinary assistant. I um, helped muck out stalls at a farm for 4 years, and then I was able to ride as well. And also, I was able to shadow at a referral hospital and kind of work there for a little bit, where they did like TPLO surgeries and like more in-depth surgeries with like board certified doctors. And then I would shadow equine vets on going out into the field and doing cases at different farms. So like, and helping them with dentistries and floating teeth and stuff like that. So like different experiences, not just diversity of animals, because if you can't do it, like especially if you like live in New York City. Like I live on the island, so I can do a little bit more, but if you live in New York City, and it's like you might be only able to do like horses, with cats and dogs, and maybe like exotics. So different experiences, just different experiences, that are a little different too, not just the diversity of animals is great. But if you can do as many as the diversity of like as many different animals as possible, it looks great. And then LORs, same as for VEMCAS, every other vet school, 3 references, 2 faculty members, recommendations, one from a vet, one from a teacher, and then yeah, one from another faculty member here. So residencies, internships, dual programs. Some of the uh, some of the programs at at certain schools. They don't have residency internships. I couldn't find any on Tuskegee. I would again call them and make sure if you're really interested. And some of this information is just the pass rate for the NAVLE. The 2024 pass rate was 51%. That's what I found. That's not great. Just letting you know. So again, I don't have any bias against these schools. I'm just giving the facts that I find. Again, go do your own research. This is what I found. It was 51% for 2024. So that's not great. 51% at all. Um, that's that's a little like scary. For LIU, the school I'm going to is about 90 or even more, I think. And I think it's rising every single class. So I think it's maybe started at 90 and now it's at like 97 or 90. So it's like it's almost 100% at LIU. So again, I'm not trying to bash Tuskegee. I really think Tuskegee is an interesting school, and I learned a lot about it during doing this video. So just look at it. Make sure that you're looking at the facts and not just hearsay. Call the school, get the information. They might be able to explain like why it was a 51% pass rate if it was that case, and it might have been something wrong with the test. Maybe some of the students couldn't go. So, all right, that's it, guys. Go Tigers. Very interesting school. Not talked about a lot. And thank you so much for watching. We're going to be continuing this series. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I really want you guys to ask questions. And I really hope you guys learn some stuff about Tuskegee University's College of Veterinary Medicine. Thank you guys. Subscribe, like, and comment down below. And have a great day, y'all. See ya.